Good morning, people. And it's the end of the week, Friday, and I've decided to squeeze something in for the weekend. Layla Rose, you've just seen me time lapse, lifting it out of the water and pressure washing it off. So let's have a little look round. Layla Rose. Well, quite an old boat, I'm guessing. On the starboard side, we seem to have an awful lot of old anode bars on there, and all the little sea creatures have come out from behind them. Rear anode, yeah, I think that's about shot. And this boat's had a base plate put on it, and there is they put bars, flat bar, across over every one of the welds. Not the prettiest of things. Doesn't seem to have an awful lot of blacking left, and it's really rough to the touch. At the moment, I can't really tell how much of this is pitting and how much of this is actually failed blackings. But we will clean this up and get a better idea of what we're dealing with. So after putting a base plate on, they've interestingly welded a piece of flat all the way along the bottom at a bit of an angle. I don't really know what that's hiding. That's a new one on me, that is. We do have this protection rubbing strake all the way down the side of the boat, which is a little bit unusual for an older boat, but it isn't welded underneath continuously. It's just tack welded. The same with the guard iron at the top. And we have the outlets that we don't particularly like, just the welded in bits of pipe work. Moving along. See, we've got these here. Every point where there's a joint on the base plate, they've welded this bar all the way along. Like I say, that's a new one on me. Front anode, that needs replacing. Definitely left the chat. Again, these bits sticking out here, don't like that. And bits of that looks more original. I don't know what's going on. A lot of greenery. Pretty fender. That takes your eye off it, doesn't it? Moving on to the port side, another pretty fender. And again, front anode, that's about done. And we have a different size bit of bar welded in here, flat welded in here all the way around. Well, not all the way, they didn't quite make it to the end. Yeah. Plenty of chine angle though. It is a 6mm base plate they've put on, so it's better than 5. And again, just really rough to the touch down the sides. There has been an outlet put in. I have no idea what that's for. Interesting. Love the way that's been done. Beautiful. And again, another one of these, this bar going all the way through. Struggling to find nice things to say, aren't I? Hey, look, a brass outlet. Something nice to say about it. Moving on to the rear. See, by putting this angle in down here, they've really limited the amount of chine angle that they've got. It's lovely here, that's fine. But then, because of this bit of bar being welded in, bit of flat, sorry, I keep calling it bar, bit of flat, the weld is really close to the edge of it, which isn't good. And we've just got, I think these are original, this bit, and they've welded this either side. Maybe they, I don't know what they thought. Rear anode, yeah, that's gone as well. And we have evidence of bits of bar and stuff at the back on this side as well. Waterline, just rusty. Rusty. Moving on to the propeller. That's had a life, hasn't it? Little dinky thing. And it's got some play in it. Backwards and forwards and up and down. Rudder. It's got an interesting angle to it. Look at that. Bit bent at the top. And then the balance bar is at this is the balance bar, is a completely different angle to the actual rudder. I don't know if that's coming off on camera, but it's pretty bad from where I'm looking at it. And the minimum amount of play in it, it's pretty good. And again, it's just really rough to the touch. Bits of rust up there on the counter. So, Layla Rose definitely needs some love. And it's got a bit of a story to it, I'm sure. So, we'll get on it with the whizzy wheels. I think those anodes want cutting off and all those other anode bars. And see what we've got after we've cleaned it up. Right, so after all that, we've got an update on Layla Rose. Anodes have all gone, and now you can see what I mean about these bits sticking out. Whoever welded the base plate in this on looks like they could do a weld. It's not bad. Found some pitting. It's about 1.2 mil in places. There are several dents that we can see now. I've cleaned it up, but they won't affect anything. Moving along to the back, interestingly, I found a bit of a dent. This one down here is pretty deep. I don't know what's been going on there, but I think I might actually put a piece of weld in there, just put a bit of weld in there. I had a look on the inside and yeah, it's pushed right through. So we're just going to put a bit of weld in there to give that a bit more protection. And I don't think there was anything else. My concern for the future, if this boat does need overplating, is that this strip that's been welded in here, there's more than one way to skin a cat, I know that, but we would call these footings. So if there was a problem with the bottom of the boat down here, you'd have welded in 6 inches at least of steel all the way along there, vertical, not on an angle, and then attached it to the base plate, obviously. But I don't know why somebody's done this. For the future, it leaves a bit of a problem, because if you need to overplate this boat, this will come off quite easily, the guard iron, because it's only welded on the top. So you could undo the bottom ones and peel it off, and then put plate in, usually all the way to the bottom, the base plate, all the way up to above the waterline. But since somebody's done this, for the future, you've left it a bit of a grey area whether a surveyor would be happy with you dropping a plate in onto that. So yeah, it's one of those, but that's a bridge that will be crossed hopefully in many years to come, as long as the owner keeps up blacking this boat every couple of years. They should stay away from needing to overplate, really. And the starboard side is looking much better now this afternoon. Like I say, this is my little weekend job, and we're on Friday at the moment, so it's lunchtime. I've been on this all morning. The plan now is to get some blacking on this before the end of the day. Okay, the next job is my welder. It's been getting a bit heavy to push around. It's not very long ago I put myself some new wheels on it, but already they've collapsed. What's gone on there, but they're not holding the weight, and trundling up and down the yard is a pain. So I've been donated some wheels, so I think I'm going to fit these and hopefully it'll roll a little bit better. So that should roll a bit more easily. Whether it will go in the direction I want it to go in, I'm not too sure. But these, that were literally a couple of weeks old, just couldn't take the weight. Absolute junk. So thank you very much, Wayne, on Little Schmoo, for donating them to me, who'd had them stored for 20 years or more and had no use for them. Well, it only took me about 6 months to find a use, mate. Thanks very much.
Good morning, people, and it's Saturday morning and we have got Tia going out today on hire. Jane is in there working her magic somewhere. And yesterday, Friday, well, got a lot done. Anodes on, first coat of black in, all prepped, not in that particular order. So that bit of welding that I did is that piece there where it was just starting to bend in. I didn't like the look of it, so I've filled that out with a bit of weld, and all the new anodes are on, as I've said. So round two, let's get another coat of blacking on. Good afternoon, people. It's Saturday afternoon and we have Tia going out on hire and Jane has worked her magic. If you've not seen this boat before, the back end of it, we have a lovely little range, little seating area there, also little drop down table, kind of oldie worldy at the back here. Painted like a traditional workboat, I suppose. We have a bathroom in here with a nice big shower. It's massive in there. And moving forward, have a nice light and airy area. God, that's a mouthful to say, isn't it? Jane always puts some lovely flowers on for people. We have coffee making facilities. Yeah, everything you need. Wi-Fi connected, the smart TV. What more could you need? And out the front here, lovely seating area. So, time lapse you saw there was me getting the second coat of blacking on. So all done. This can harden off until Monday morning now. 2 coats on, anodes all done. Splash that Monday morning, ready for the next one. So my little job for the weekend is complete.